Hey everybody, welcome to Nihonbashi here in Tokyo. This is the Koriedo Takaramachi store, and in front of me is a Wagyu Burger. Look at this thing. Just the bag looks like it just came from a department store, right? This is not your normal fast food bag. I'll talk about the cost and how good this burger must be in this live stream here. So I got the set. I'm gonna break it down for you. I got an oolong tea because you could get a beer as well. It is Tokyo. Here's the burger. Here's the French fries, and here I am. Here I am. Ah, all right. Welcome. I'm pretty excited about this. This live stream is brought to you by the last episode I just uploaded on YouTube. It was on the main channel. It was a snow Wagyu episode, the snow-aged Wagyu beef. Absolutely mind-blowing to me when I heard the concept of it, and I wanted to learn more, so I went to Niigata Prefecture and I ate it. In fact, it's on the main channel. I'll show you a preview after I ate this burger. Wow. All right, here's a straw. Never mind that. Let's just open up this burger here. This is, it literally is an unboxing. This is crazy. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What? Oh, it's wrapped. Of course, it's Japan after all. I've never heard of this chain. I don't even know if it is a chain. I just know they have a shop here in Nihonbashi, and that is, if you're in the area, come and say hi. I'll be here for, about 30 minutes or so. All right, I gotta set this right here. Let's open it up. Oh my gosh. It feels like Christmas. Oh. Whoops. It's pretty windy here. Almost lost my expensive Wagyu bag. Sorry to man over there. All right, let's get back into this here. All right, well, there's a lot of bun. That's my first reaction. Like, where's the beef, man? What do you think? Whoa, that is a gourmet looking burger. Looks like some kind of mashed up mushrooms in there. Of course, you can see the bacon. It's smashed into the bun on the top here. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go a little wide here. Looks like there's some sauce. Again, aged bacon. I'm not sure. That bacon is a unusual color. The bread feels good, and they branded in Wagyu on the front there. Wagyu means Japanese beef, Japanese style beef. Wagyu. It's that simple, but the roll is quite large. All right, the burger cost 1,300 yen. I think it was 1,700 yen with the set. So what is that, like? I don't know. It's like $13 or something with the set. So it's not too bad. I don't want anything to fly away here. Here's the burger. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to be the judge if that's a lot of. If this is worth it. I can't see the beef. That's my only issue. Presentation, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna have to just try it and find out. It's the only way to know. Itadakimasu. That's good. That's pretty good. The first thing I noticed was not the meat though, was the bread. The quality of the bread is really good, all right? You know why? Because I took a bite, look at this. First bite, look how much beef I actually got into that bite. That's pretty weird. I got so little, I got mostly bread. So my first reaction was, boy, this bread's real good, and that sauce is real nice too, kind of salty. That bacon, you saw I got a big piece of bacon. That was, I think it's a little bit smoked, so that's no complaints with smoked bacon. All right, let's go into the beef's on this side. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay. I see. All right, it's quite good. Now, the reason why Wagyu does not work, and the fries, I'm very critical of French fried potatoes, Sling Blade. I'm very critical of the French fries, so they've got to be good. Oh, they gave me some condiment here. Why would mustard? Is that normal? Is it a Japanese thing? No. Mustard with, is the mustard for the, this was inside with the French fries, mustard. Is that slightly bizarre, no? Shouldn't it be ketchup? Is there any ketchup? No. No ketchup. It looks slightly odd. Let me check the bag. Maybe the bag has some, No. No ketchup in that bag. It's a little odd, gotta say. I don't know, would you take off a point for that? Black straw, very stylish. It's a real straw, unlike the plastic ones which fall apart. Starbucks, Japan. Oolong cha, Chinese tea, very good. A lot of people say that it makes you thin, so forget the Diet Coke and drink the oolong tea, which is a little bit more flavorful. All right, just so far it's been a pretty bizarre meal. All right, I'm gonna just have to. I'm using what they give me, which is mustard. Maybe these fries were meant to be eaten with mustard. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. It's different. You go with what you go with what you get, right? This is the way the chef wanted us to eat it. Fries are a little cold, but it is winter, and I am outside. So I forgive them for that. Not too salty, but they are salty, but not too salty. I don't know. I've always preferred the thinner fries to the thick cut ones. I don't know why. I think it's just, they get a little crunchier. I like my French fries slightly crunchy. I like McDonald's French fries because you always get that, like a couple of crunchy ones that have been burned a little bit. I don't know why I like that, but those are the best because you could dip them in the ketchup and you say, look, I have a match. Who did that as a kid, right? You dip in the ketchup and you go, oh, they look like matches. Mom, look, I'm eating a match. My mom never laughed at that I remember. All right, back to, some people did that. All right, back to the burger. All right, bread, 5 stars, absolutely. But that's not why you eat a burger. It's just, this time, we're going into the, oh, I'm gonna lose a piece of bacon. We're going right into the meat here. Look at that. Oh, I gotta show you the gore. Pretty sounds here. Part 2. Okay. The reason why I don't like Wagyu beef burgers. Wagyu's not a beef that, a burger, well, like, this is why American burgers are so darn good. You don't want to use too fatty meat. You don't want to use meat with a lot of oil in it, right? It does make a tender burger, but Wagyu's at a disadvantage. However, the biggest misconception that people have about Wagyu is that it is extremely marbled. That's not exactly true. It's true of A4 and A5 ranked beef. A3, A2 ranked beef. A2 is perfect for burgers, and it's cheaper. And burger meat should not be, you know, expensive. It should be cheap. A burger should be a few bucks, I think, you know? So $13 is quite a lot. I'm guessing that they're not using A5 beef. That'd be crazy. That's a waste of A5 beef. It's too oily. So you want the burger to be, you know, have a meaty taste to it, not an oily taste to it. You want a good, more red, more akami than the oils, the fats. Wagyu is a good mix. It is a really good mix, and the oils in Wagyu beef is more closer to olive oil than it is to the fat on regular beef in the West. Although that they make Wagyu in the West, but Wagyu, again, as I told you, is translated as Japanese beef, Japan beef. All right, I'll break it down here. This is the inside of the shop here. Check it out. So, yeah, I can't actually film inside, but I can take my smartphone and show you images of it. The shop is very small here. I don't know if this is a chain or not. The menu and the pictures make it look incredible, and it is a good burger. They could charge a lot more, I think, but I think people might be willing to pay 1,300 yen. There's the sign, Wagyu Burger. I mean, it is a pretty good burger. I can't complain. It's a small little shop. They put it in a nice area. People got a lot more money in this neighborhood, right? So if you're going to be eating a Wagyu burger and you're going to pay for it, you're going to pay for it here. You're not going to pay for it in your hometown or something. It's a little bit too pricey. You want something special, you come here, right where I am today. There you go. This is what the website looks like here of the burger. So I found out about this place from the website. It's 1,380 yen. There's a 1,080 yen version of this burger, and it says it's hand size. I think this is hand size, no? How small does your hand have to be to have a hand? I should have got that burger, just to compare. It's 300 yen less. How much less beef is it? But if you come, you can figure this out. It's about $8, I guess, for one of those for hand size, and for about $11 for regular size. So I don't know. Is that too much? You guys let me know in the comments if you think that that's a lot of money for a burger. These magical sounds in the background are a little bit disturbing to me. I don't have big hands. And I would say that on the presidential debate. It's okay. It's not scientific that I know of. Fourth bite is quite good. Thank you for noticing. I did get a haircut. Good balance of bacon and beef there. All right, you can't compare this to McDonald's. This is completely different. This is way better. In different. Not that McDonald's burgers are bad. This is just better. It's got different flavor to it, I guess. You can tell it's good beef. It's juicy, but it's not too juicy. So I'm almost positive they're not using A3, A4, A5 Wagyu. There are lower. And there's also C Wagyu. You guys know this one? There's also A, B, and C. So you can get like a C grade Wagyu beef, and it is super cheap. It's almost the same as normal, like regular beef, and you still get Wagyu. So when you do get a Wagyu burger, you can ask them, what's the rank? What's the BMS score? If you want to get real technical. They might not even know. But using Wagyu is a way to rack up the price, but you're not sure what you're getting, because as I showed you in the series, Wagyu beef has all sorts of scales, and the reputation of Wagyu is good and strong, and that's really good for the brand of Wagyu. But there are so many different grades that there's a cheaper grade and a more expensive grade, and you have to know what you're getting. Which is why you should know that there is a 10-digit number to every Wagyu beef imported from Japan. Every Wagyu beef. Every restaurant that says that they have Japanese Wagyu beef should have a 10-digit number that you can search on the database that would allow you to trace exactly where that beef came from. It's on the front of the plastic wrap that's been frozen and sent to them by the importer. And if they don't have that, they cannot charge that price, and it is not real Wagyu beef. You don't know. There's no way to validate it. And there's no reason to pay a premium for beef that cannot be traced back to Japan through that database. Keep that in mind. I'm something of a Wagyu master based on experience, not on university skills. But I just uploaded a video that you can see on the main channel. I think you should give it a watch. It's I also have one on Omi beef, which is one of the top 3 beef brands, as well as Yonezawa beef, another one of the top 3 or 4 brands in Japan, where I go into the processing plant and I watch them grading it. You can see them, literally the masters, the people who are meant scientifically to look at the beef and grade it. That's what we did in this series. And this time I wanted to look at the aging process. There's wet aging, there's dry aging, and now there's snow aging, which I thought was a very interesting take on all of it. And that in itself is a brand. And this episode, I think you're gonna really like, because it's just a fun episode. Here's the beginning of it. I come out of this snow cellar, and you can see I'm holding up a massive ribeye roll. This has been aging for a month in a snow cellar, and there's advantages to this snow aging. Thank you, Hello Hi 821, for sharing the link. And this is the inside of the cellar. Look at them cut a block of that Wagyu steak. Oh my gosh. This was cooked just about 400 meters from here. And I know you're gonna like that video. Check that out on the main channel. That's where my edited content is. But I think Wagyu beef, though, when you come to Japan, if you are a meat eater, it's one of the things that you definitely have to try, but you have to know your stuff if you're gonna pay money for it. I mean, a lot of money. If you're gonna pay $100 for a meal, you should know a little bit about it. And learning the BMS scale, the different brands and regions of Wagyu in Japan, as well as the quality of it, as well as being able to search that 10-digit number. It is fun to be able to track the dinner, because you have to understand, and I think that non-meat eaters will respect this. You have to understand where your food comes from. And I think it is perfectly cool to eat meat if you understand that, because it is a sacrifice of an animal, and all talking about that. It doesn't come from the supermarkets. It actually comes from a farm, and you have to learn about that. And then when you learn about it, you respect it more. And that's been my mission here. So when I eat this Wagyu burger, I don't know much about it. The thing with fast food is they don't give you that 10-digit number, but they still call it Wagyu. Wow, okay, back to the burger. Look at that onion popping out. Oh, you're mine. Caramelized onions, baby. It's a premium burger. This will fill me up. The other big thing to know about Wagyu is, I'm looking around to make sure no one can hear this except for you guys. It fills you up. Actually, 80 to 120 grams is way more than enough of Wagyu. Usually it'll be a meal. You'll get soup, you'll get other things around it. You don't need to get a 200-gram Wagyu steak. More is less. Wait, less is more. Something like that. Less is enough. Because it is a little bit oilier in a good way. It's a different kind of oil. It just really, you can tell when you have it in your mouth, and you take smaller bites and you enjoy it more. If you're just trying to fill yourself up on just purely Wagyu, I wouldn't recommend that. Richard writes in, more is better. Pace yourself. Life's a marathon. There's more where that came from. You don't need to eat 200-gram Wagyu steak. It's expensive. 120 grams is my recommendation. Sirloin steak, 120. Tenderloin, 100. Those work. For shabu shabu, maybe. It's really cut thin, so it feels like it's more with the sauces and everything. So I like shabu shabu and sukiyaki. Sukiyaki's so good. Oh my gosh. Sukiyaki is the way to go. That Yonizawa video was so good. I ate it as steak. I ate it as sukiyaki. I ate it as shabu shabu in one video. It was great. Wow. All right, back to the burger. So now we're getting into the center of this thing here. And now you can see, this is nasty. How many YouTubers will show you their bite marks? There's a lot of onions underneath there. There's some sauce. You can see the beef is medium well, maybe medium because it's still pink a little bit, which is good. Which is very good. That's my bite mark, so you know how my incisors are. They're made for ripping meat. Rondania. Wow. That's a very satisfying burger. They made me wait 30 minutes. Is that fast food? I had to wait 30 minutes, 25 minutes. Which is why the bag looks like it comes from a department store. I bet you the bag cost $1 to make, just for the bag. I think I'm gonna take this bag home. I think I'm gonna use this bag again. If you get a gift from me and it says Wagyu on it, you know where it came from this live stream. Oh man. Shout out. This stream is also brought to you by our Patreon community. Thank you all. And this is this month's postcard. It is a shot from a drone in Fuji Yoshida of Mount Fuji. It's a beautiful shot. That road leads straight to Mount Fuji. You have 2 days left to get this card. I will send it to you with a second card if you sign up now, if you're a new sign up. I'll send you 2 cards for your collection, but you have 2 days left. So after that, this card gets retired and you can no longer get it. Limited. If you like Wagyu burgers, hit that like button. I might go get a second one. I might. Who knows? We're down to the nub. I like it when, you know, instead of having like pickles and onions that fall out, or sauce or juice, it's bacon that falls out of the burger. That's a good sign. Maybe. The one thing that I like, I'm just realizing it now, because sometimes when you eat food, it doesn't hit you right away. The first or second bite is not enough. You really need to talk about the food after the experience is done, not just after the first bite or two. What I'm noticing is that the burger is not sloppy. The Wagyu is a much fattier cut of beef, marbling, but it's not soggy meat, right? That's kind of impressive. I don't know if it's the way that they prepared the bun or what, but there's no oils that are coming out of it, so you don't need to have like a big napkin or an envelope that they give you at some of the messy burgers. That's a really good thing. My impression was that a Wagyu burger was going to be sloppy. So, How much is a Wagyu patty? Well, I've been to Hitachi and Yonezawa and Omi, and I've been to a lot of butcher shops that sell Wagyu beef patties. They're usually about $2 to $3 for one patty. Just to put it in perspective, if you buy it from the butcher shop. I've seen them as much as 400 yen. They're not expensive. The thing is with Wagyu, as I told you, there's A4, A5, which is on the top, the pinnacle here. That those are very expensive pieces of meat. Just the name Wagyu does not mean it's all the same. Just keep that in mind. You have to ask, what's the rank of this Wagyu beef? Thus you can justify it with the price. An educated consumer is our best customer. That's what all restaurants should say, right? An educated consumer is our best customer. So, when you go out and you have Kobe beef, ask them for that 10-digit tracking number and let them prove to you that it's real Kobe beef before you pay $200. Or if they say Wagyu beef, ask them, what's the rank and where does it come from? Because Wagyu is a brand in itself, and I know the association here wants to make sure that you're having a good experience, which is why they source the number. There's a 10-digit number to every single Wagyu cattle, and they want the consumer to know that. That's why they do that. They want you to trust in the brand. They want you to believe in Wagyu. They want to be able to search back if there's any issues or problems with that beef. I think that's smart. No other country does this. So if you know about this 10-digit number and the database, there's no way you'll ever get a bad piece of Wagyu. You'll understand what you're eating. And to me, that's ultimate. If you know where your food is sourced from, you're a very smart person. If you don't know where your food comes from and you get sick, whose fault is that? I don't know. The government? I don't know. I just think that if there's a possibility that we can learn more about it, then it's good to do that. In Japan, they don't put the names on there. They could. I don't know, do they? I know that when I was filming an episode on olive beef, which is coming out soon. I talked with Ishii-san, who's the founder of the olive Wagyu beef, and he told me that his wife named the Wagyu beef, and they all had names, and yeah, that's one thing. But he has a special love or care for them, but he realizes they're going to be dinner. But I don't think there's names on the certificates, they're just numbers. That'd be weird. But Bobby was just kidding. I wasn't. The cow's name was Bob. No, I'm just kidding. All right, final part of this burger. We still got some Wagyu branding on here. Very good. The fries, not so great. The fries were so good when they cooked it in lard back in the 1970s. As a kid, I remember those days, in the early 80s. It was pretty nasty too. I remember them. They'd have to get blocks of lard out of the back. You'd see them changing the lard. This is so unhealthy, but yet it was so good. So, Wagyu Burger. There's the entrance. We're in a Corredo at Takaracho Terrace. .3 out of 5. This feels like a 4.3 out of 5. That's pretty good. 4.3 out of 5. It's good balance. Sometimes you can go too much with the meat. Sometimes you go too much with the bun. It'd be a 5 if maybe the meat was a little bit longer. Yeah, maybe 4.1. Yeah, 4. So if we're just gonna round down, 4 out of 5. Lard comes from pigs. Okay, well, Bobby, I'm no expert on lard. Lard has not been a part of my diet for decades. If you say so. I do need an In-N-Out burger. We don't have that here. In-N-Out will never be coming to Japan. I thought that they might during the Olympics because Carl's Jr. and a bunch of other chains came here, but they never did. We still, Kanai and I, we're gonna make a swing through Southern California, but it didn't come to fruition because of the pandemic. We were planning to go visit our friends down in California and Utah and Arizona and swing through the Southwest, maybe even go up to the Northwest. Didn't work, and then Leo came. There you go. Our In-N-Out burger dissolved. If In-N-Out ever expanded, would that ruin it or would that be good? I don't know. Should they? Like, they really did a good job with their branding. It's a cardboard box, which is recyclable. They put a sticker on here. It's well placed, and yeah, it's very good. You know, back in the 70s and 80s, we didn't really care so much about. You try to leave the area, like wipe the table down. You try to leave it cleaner than you found it. That's a Japanese thing, for real. Check out the World Cup, Japanese cleaning the stadiums. But you know, the more we get into the next generation, the older generation doesn't understand this maybe, but the presentation and the way it looks is quite important these days. It's not just a burger. A burger's a burger. A bag is a bag. I understand that, you know, if you're a little bit older, but this generation, you know, the millennials and it's very important. Actually, we're in the Zoomers, is it called? The Zoomer generation. The way things look is important, and I think that people want that. It's more than just food, it's an experience. I kind of enjoy it, so it's good. Even though it probably had $2 went into the packaging of the burger. Gen Z's over. We're in the Zoomer. I don't know. We pay more for the packaging and the presentation now than we need to, but again, that's all part of the experience of eating out, or else why would we ever leave the house? I would pay a little bit more to eat out, and I think you should. Every now and then. You don't need a Wagyu burger. And again, Wagyu is, I asked this, like, is Wagyu healthy? Could you eat this every day? And the answer is, from the chef, he goes, no. He didn't even think about it. He sells Wagyu beef, and he just says no. In Japan, people don't eat beef every day. This is something we did in America. There'd be meat for dinner for every meal. And Japan's not always like that. There's fish, if you consider that to be meat, but I mean, it's a lot less here. And you can tell in the diet when you're eating, the longer you stay here, that meat is not a massive part of it. So you don't eat it every day. So that could be one reason why people are healthier. But I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with eating a burger once or twice a month, but not every day. Not every day. He was a very honest chef. You know, if you do come to Tokyo, and whether or not you think snow-aged beef is overrated or not, you just think it's a brand, I think you have to try it. Akiyama-san has it actually was a chain. I think he's got 5 restaurants now, so it's quite successful. He opened up one at the new building right next to Tokyo Station in Nihonbashi. It's called the Flame Tower. It's a brand new place. It's on the first floor on the backside. You got to go in and stop in and get a steak. That steak that I ate was 4,500 yen, or about $37. But it's a steak. It's A5 Wagyu beef snow aged for a month that they say is more tender. And what makes it more tender from the snow aging is that a refrigerator, see, I love learning about this stuff. Refrigerator turns on and off, and the humidity and the temperature rises and fluctuates. In a Yukimoto, which is a snow cellar, the temperature is always 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. It doesn't change. That's just a little bit over freezing, so like 34 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't change. So that even temperature, and the humidity stays at around 90 to 95%, I believe, that doesn't change. And both those things play an impact on the beef, even in a plastic bag. The humidity doesn't go into the bag, but if the humidity changes, that impacts the beef on the inside, according to the data. And 1 month of even temperatures breaks the meat down in an even way, which leads to a better experience. They say it's scientifically proven. I just know that the steak tasted good. And the proof is in the potatoes. And I mean that because the manager of the Yukimoto, he gave me a bag of potatoes and he said, you gotta take this home. Microwave them for like 2-3 minutes, just the potato. Microwave for 2-3 minutes and then eat it and you'll understand. And I ate it, and because the potatoes broke down in such an even way, not in a refrigerator, there's no vibrations, I can't believe it. Like, it tasted like mashed potatoes in there. Just that it had broken down so evenly inside. It was so good. I'm like looking for this Yukimoto potatoes now because they've been aging in a Yukimoto. I can't believe like I'm buying into the marketing because it tasted good. I don't know if that translated into beef though, right? Does it translate into beef? I don't know. You're gonna have to make the call on that. But potatoes aren't wrapped up; they're aged as is. Meat is in a wrapper or a bag, but there is a lot of. So is the miso too. But there's a ton of data on even temperature, even aging. Temperature fluctuates, impacts the meat adversely, impacts food adversely. They have Yukimoto coffee aged in these snow cellars too, which has a more, I don't know, it's a different taste. It tastes more, because I think that the aging was like this. And the best of all is that they have no electricity bill, just the power. It's like 500 yen a month or something, he said. I discovered potato salad in a potato. That's just so me. Gary Johnson's here. Hey, Gary. Do different cuts of A5 Wagyu beef have their own distinctive flavors? Yes. I saw a video, it had 11 million views when I forget, was it Dancing Bacon, Thirsty Traveler? I can't remember who it was. They were comparing Matsuzaka beef with Kobe beef, but they were two different cuts. You can't do that. They have to be both sirloin. They have to be both sirloin from the same cut, I think, if you're gonna try to compare the brands. But he had like what looked like, was it like momo, which is like the backside, and then he had what looked like a sirloin steak and uchimomo or something. I say, yeah, because the fat content is different. The marbling is different. Each cut of the beef is different. It has different flavors. It has different umami. I don't know. So I really think if you're going to compare different brands, you have to compare the same cut of the different brands. And even then, I think that the taste difference is marginal at best, and you can't taste it. Thus, in this Yukimoto video, I tell everybody, the regional brands, it doesn't make such a huge difference because everybody in Japan is trying to do the same things to improve the beef. Between Kobe beef and Yonezawa beef, I really can't taste too much of a difference that you'll notice unless you eat this every day or something. What you do notice is the way that they cook it, and the culture of each region can be different. And the sukiyaki in Yonezawa I thought was out of sight. I've had Kobe beef before. I thought Yonezawa beef was much better in many different ways you ate it. Maybe Kobe beef is better as teppanyaki, which is on a grill right in front of you. I thought Hitachi beef was really good, especially with char grilled, with charcoal underneath. I thought barbecuing Hitachi beef was out of sight too. I thought the marbling was insane too with Hitachi beef. and that brand is growing. Hitachi is up in Ibaraki, which is just north of Tokyo, about an hour and a half, where they have the thing. Hita beef was also some of the best. That's from Gifu Prefecture. Oh my gosh, that was also incredible. But again, it was like a tenderloin I ate, but every tenderloin is so good. Tenderloin, and within tenderloin, there's a filet mignon, there's a chateaubriand, there's different cuts within the tenderloin, which is crazy. So it's really good to understand the different cuts too. I'm still kind of learning that, but in terms of eating it, I'm a master because I've ate a lot. All right, one more question. One more Wagyu-based question. I had the best time in Tokyo last week, right, K? Oh, that's great. Last week was pretty chilly, right? It's starting to warm up a little bit. I'm so happy when I see people coming here. When I see visitors come into Tokyo now, it's just so great. It's so much more positive, a feeling of positivity compared to a year ago. And more people are coming here. Everyone who's speaking, I hear a lot of people speaking Chinese too, from Taiwan and from Hong Kong, and from Singapore. Although, you know, I haven't met anybody from mainland China, but I tried to stop and talk with people. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little chilly today. There's heaters here. They do this some places in Tokyo, you see. They have these hat-looking things which bring out heat, so this area is not too bad, but it is quite windy today. Yeah, quite windy. Yeah, Japan's economy is going to rely a lot more on tourism. One of the biggest issues with those that are flying here, the prices are high. I was thinking about going back home in May, back to the US. I can't do it, it's just too expensive. I would need to stay for like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't have that kind of time yet. Maybe Christmas, I don't know. But the flight for economy was the same price as premium economy for 2 people. And it was, I don't know, I was like, why is that? And there's just not enough flights. And one reason why there's not enough flights coming here is because there's not enough staff. I think Fukuoka Airport, for an example, has only 40% of the, they laid off 40% of the staff, or they only have 40% of the staff. Forget what the data was right now. So they just don't have enough people to increase the flights. I believe Narita and Haneda both have issues with not enough staff. So until more flights start up, I think they're going to keep the prices high, which also makes up for the losses for the last 2 years, which I understand. But I think we're in an age where things are just going to cost more. It feels like that, especially for us leaving Japan because the yen is weak. It's at 136 to the dollar right now. We have a new Bank of Japan, a new fiscal head is coming into Japan, bank head, and Kuroda's leaving. And the new guy is a professor, and he seems to have a different policy, so we're going to see the impact. I don't think Kuroda actually cared about the yen depreciating. I think he cared more about inflation. He wanted to hit 2% inflation, and he didn't care about how weak the yen was. I think the new guy cares more about the markets, and that's maybe a better balance. Because if we leave Japan, we're a lot, like 40%, like 30% less money we make now here. Yeah, it went up again. It's 136.5 or something, and it exploded on Friday with some news that the U.S. economy did a little bit better. So we'll see how it manages next week. I mean, I might try to change some money, but I don't think the yen's going to go up to 140, 150 again. You never know. If you changed your money at 145 or above, that was smart. I don't see it going back up that high. The bank, they said it like around 148. They're going to intervene, and in October, I think they tossed in like $30-40 billion to artificially bring the price down, price manipulation a little bit. They admitted it, so I think they have a ceiling. So I don't think the price is going to go up. Maybe hits 140. I don't know. I think change your money while this rate is good. If you know that it was 115 or 112, I think it was 106 when the pandemic started. You're getting a pretty good deal at 136. Okay, so I'm not gonna buy gold. I'm not into those markets. Work hard. Don't get into crypto. Don't get into gold. It's not. In fact, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I don't know what's gold backed. I don't really. It should be Wagyu backed. All right, everybody, there you go. This was a pretty interesting experience. I think it was a good burger. I give it 4 out of 5. But I would eat this again. The bread was good. The bread was good. The Wagyu beef, not oily, so they used a less fatty type of Wagyu, which was interesting. So there you go. Try to get the udon tea. It'll keep you healthier, balance out. They do sell beer in there. 150 yen more, you could have gotten a beer. But look at the it says no drinking. So I guess you have to drink the beer inside, because you can't drink it here. I don't know. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video. I'm working on the next main channel episode right now to upload. I think I'll try next week, but I'm going to Miyazaki on Wednesday to film really quickly a festival. And Kanai and Liu are coming with me, I think. So I'm taking a Miyazaki on this channel. So you guys are coming with me to Kyushu in a couple of days. So I will see you tomorrow, another live stream. Bye-bye. From Koredo, Takaramachi Terrace.